And we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. The action is only moments away, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. Fielded at the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And they'll be led out by their QB, now in his 8th season in the NFL.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Throwing to start this game. Hits him on the out route. Rolling into enemy territory. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. Staying on the ground with Harris. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. The decision is to take the 3. Out comes the field goal unit for this try. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all this concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 4th-year quarterback.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second and 3 now. From the 36. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They'll try and throw it here. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm not Not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Dropping back to throw. That's incomplete left side. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it's 2nd down coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits his running back.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
That one's complete, right side. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
The catch is made by the rookie from Notre Dame. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They're now set for 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 2nd down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Catch is made in close. Touchdown! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Dump off caught by his back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26, and that'll give him a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that one's going to back the offense up just a bit here. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Throwing from the gun. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Harris. And he's in for the touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Looking to tack on the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys push their lead to 3. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams and their running back about to get back to work. And he's been carrying a great campaign now into the heart of this season. He's hitting top 5 in rushing yardage. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing now on 1st down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Dump off to his fullback. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. It's a gain of 22, and it'll give him a 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Pass play coming here. Has it in close. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
In his 11th year, still knocking him through. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. He's dropping back to throw. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now this offense ready to head back out. They go play action on 1st. Finds him on the crossing route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. They'll run here on 1st down. Down the sideline to the 45. And he's all the way down to the 36. This has the makings of a shootout. A lot of points, but still tied as we reach the end of one. Both teams neck and neck so far. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They go play action here. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Back to throw now. Completed over the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Another carry for him. And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. come out throwing. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Running back sent in motion. Here's 2nd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try to run it with Harris. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Trying for the deep ball. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Receiver in motion, headed right. A 3rd down run with Harris. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
On now comes their punter. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Play action on first down. Cut out left. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Pass play now. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team on the field. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. Secures this at the 17. And he's brought down before the return gets far. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. Looking slant route, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. From the gun, they go with Harris. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. 2nd and 10 now. Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Back now, pressure on its way. Finds a man right side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be a first down. Throwing it again here. Brought in right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will set up first and goal. From the red zone now. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys make it 17 all. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The offense getting set to go. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They give it to him again. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. He'll throw it. That one's out to the sideline. He's got it inbounds. Nice toe drag there, but we do have a flag on the play. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Here he is on 3rd and long. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Connecting on the slant. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Slot man in motion right. From the 45 on 2nd down. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first. Pick up a 5 on that play. And they're going to have a first down. So a crazy first half has finally reached the 2-minute warning. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From midfield now. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. He'll throw it yet again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking for a throw here. He's going to push one deep down the right.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. That count runs their offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Caught by Flowers. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 6 now. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Here's a throw. Dumped off to his running back.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And they'll have first down. Working inside the red zone. That one's complete, right side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. They are throwing it again. He brings it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. So before third down whistles, and yep, the timeout comes in. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. So we've reached halftime. Only a field goal game so far. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime. All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Now looking to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they're going to take over possession. First and 10 from the 41. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now on first down. Taken in by Harris. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Second and 3 now. Man in motion here. From the 48. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, are not open very long. It only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
They cross the 40 on a nice run. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. He's going to throw this one. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
This throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that.
And he gets in, touchdown! These guys grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And his guys take a 4-point lead. Return coming from the 6. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. On first down, they'll run. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 36. Finds him on the slant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. running it after the penalty. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll run here following the penalty. Has a lane past the 45. And he's going to get all the way up to the midfield stripe.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Avoid some trouble there. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And they bring him down around the 34. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. They go play action here. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Listen, all he could do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, if he's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one's cut along the left sideline. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it'll give them a 1st down.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more, from the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it. And I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Putting a receiver in motion. Pass play on 1st and 10. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Back to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Their offense ready to take the field now. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing on 2nd and 11. The rush gets home, and they stick him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Woo! you, I am not sure how we didn't see a safety right there. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building because that QB kept going back and back and was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Simple dive up the middle. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Their punter making his way out now. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. From the 46. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. Short pass brought in. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Second and 3 now. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a gain of 4. And that gives them the 1st. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's a razor-thin margin separating these teams. The difference of just a single point as we begin the 4th. They have themselves another 1st and 10. They give to Harris from the gun. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Staying on the ground with Harris. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And the catch is made for the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys grow their lead to 8. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The offense headed back to the field. They have a chance to tie this game back up, but they got to get this to the end zone first on a touchdown, and then again on a 2-point try. Give now to the running back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. First down, and they go right back to him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Setting up a throw. He beams one deep right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
He has the first over the middle. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty.
Still
And
third
now
down.
we're going to wait to see how they respond. Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. They'll throw it. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now a give on the counter. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. It is Cup, left side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it sets up first down. Now quick to the left, it's caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And this one does not go far.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first. Throwing off the play fake here. This one's caught. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
They need the end zone here. They've got 4 chances at it. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown. These guys down by only 2 in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Empty backfield now as they set up for two. He's throwing for it, and he brings it in. They go for two and the tie, and it works out. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Gotta go for two in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a very good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll give them a 1st down. Running back sent in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. Hits his running back. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call, but it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really being the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Finds a man, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll give him a 1st down. They'll try and throw it here. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Completed to his running back.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They're coming off a 4th down try that didn't work in their favor. Let's see how that might affect the approach they take this time out. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. They bring the pressure, down he goes! And the big play drives them backwards, 2nd down coming up. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Austin. These guys trailed by a field goal. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Here he is to throw. Taken in by Harris. And he's brought down for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Throwing now. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys could have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
This offense ready to get going again now. They run out still in possession of a 3-point lead thanks to the efforts of their defense, Brock, and now a chance to run out this clock.
And you do not want to put your defense back on the field in a tough position and needing another stand to end it. You take control of it. You make sure that defense is rested and celebrating, and hopefully you can pull out that victory formation.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Setting up to pass. This throw is cut. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. So yet again, they're turning to him to try to put 3 on the board. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And the last time we saw him, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. He'll look to throw it. Cut out left. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one and brings up third down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important third and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. This celebration begins for our winners as we say so long from Austin.